Yeah, boy. I'm just a young blonde boy, and I'm trying to get ready to go home. And a girl comes up and tries to do a trade, a Spearow and a Fearow for a Charizard. And the amount of pressure that she was putting on me in this moment, it was really, really something. And it was the first time I ever became aware that women do push men around. And this was a very good example of that. Because I'm there, and I mean, it was already, I wasn't expecting to be called to go and say something to a girl on the way home from school, but she'd said, all right, see me after class, because I was talking about how I had a Charizard. And she said, see me, and she thought it was really cool that I had the Charizard, and that she just wanted to, like, walk home with me. That's what I was thinking. But no, she wanted the Charizard for herself. And she wanted to try to trade a really bad trade. She thought it was great because it was 2 cards, or I don't even know.
Yeah, like a 2-for-1,
Yeah. And I think she thought that might fool me. But I finally, I said, no, I'm not going to do this. And she, come on! And
yeah, like it was like your issue, like you were being the unreasonable person
right.
here.
Yeah. Like I was making it rough for all people that were involved.
Yeah, well, I kind of don't like owning those things because it's like people just want to steal them from you.
Yeah.
Like, would you rather be walking around town with like a gold bar from Costco, or would you rather be walking around town with a Charizard card that's worth lots of money?
Right.
Like what would get you more likely to be mugged?
Well, and that's pretty funny. Like, what if, rappers, instead of getting bling, they just walk around with like their little card book full of all their Pokemon cards, and they kind of show them off as they walk around.
I mean, forget about card book, just like straight up make a necklace, like
with the card in it in that little holder or something.
Yeah, like the card is held. It's like it's almost like a work, one of those like cards you enter the building in for work, but you have that with your Pokemon card of choice.
Yeah.
And then you have a bunch of like, bling, the gold, diamonds.
Like the holder itself has like some, trim on it or something. And you can swap out the card depending on the day of the week.
I mean, you better be able to, otherwise like that's a one use kind of a.
And then people would start to talk. Like if I work at an office and this guy, like the first day I see him, he's got a Pokemon card that's in this really nice gold chain that he's wearing. I go, that's pretty cool. He seems like a cool guy. And someone that I could probably, have a conversation with. But then, if he keeps showing up with that same card, I think after only like a week, I'm going, okay, is this the only trick in this guy's book?
Yeah.
I would expect there to be other cards that he would show. But then it could be something where like he has a really peculiar background, like he only has the one card. But he prizes it so much, that's why he shows it off. It's like when people literally do have the gold chain or like the locket from their mom or whatever, that's the one thing that they have from them. It's the one thing that he got from his dad before his dad passed, was the one lone Pokemon card.
So that's the only thing he got from his dad? Like he didn't get anything else, like no Nintendo or no...
Well, let's say that was the most prized thing that the dad gave to him. It's a great card,
Yeah, but he'd have to explain that backstory, and it just like you might not ever get there in life, So
yeah, well, it's a conversation starter,
It is, but I'm just saying that guy is more likely to get mugged than another person that has a gold chain with more gold.
Probably.
In that chain.
Probably.
So I just don't think, just carrying those cards, owning that shit, it's like really a pain sometimes. Because you're constantly thinking, oh man, is someone going to try to steal this card away from me? When you're a kid and you have those Pokemon cards that are worth a lot of money.
Yeah. And that was something I would think about. Like, because I had all my cards organized and the basic, the jungle fossil, they were all the, all the, numbers, chronological. And I would go over in my old neighborhood I lived in as a kid to someone's house, and I definitely did on one or two times have a fantasy like, all right, what if I'm walking and these kids come up on bikes and like, you know, attack me and then steal the cards, like, so I'd really like clutch it.
Yeah,
know?
And even if it's like that's not very likely to happen,
yeah,
you know, let's put that at a 0.005% chance of happening.
Right.
It'd be a 0% chance of happening if you didn't walk out of the house with your cards.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that was kind of the thing, and I mean, in a way, it almost makes sense now why, because actually, there's NFT trading cards now.
Oh.
And I mean, this almost makes more sense. It's not a physical card, you know, or anything like that. So so there's less chance that it's going to get stolen. I mean, or can people steal your NFTs somehow?
Well, I don't really care to find out.
Yeah,
I don't really
that was something that really didn't take off too well. It seems
like those monkey guys, like the different like it's like a pop art, almost like an Andy Warhol kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Yo, what if we made trading cards, but instead of like monsters or like sorcery, that type of stuff, they're like historical artists like Andy Warhol. You get an Andy Warhol card, or you get like a Monet. Yeah. And you could battle each other, you know, with like a.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, like your.
Yeah, and I mean, you can power up your cards. Like if you have, what's a famous writer who was addicted to opium?
Well, I wouldn't.
Conan Doyle.
I wouldn't know, but you would, because you're the expert on who's addicted to what in terms of like authors or musicians or just any celebrity in general, possibly.
I do tend to know a pretty good amount about this.
I mean, I tend to not care, and that's what makes us great co-hosts, because it's like, you know, I'm deficient in the areas of knowing what drugs that you know the guy who made Sherlock Holmes did.
Right.
Justin knows. So
yeah. So if that information's needed. Well, like it's crazy, you know, I could even down to probably not like the month, but during the Beatles run, I could tell you exactly what year they got into which drug. Because I find that interesting. I don't know why, but John Lennon was always the craziest and would take the most out of whatever it was.
Well, that's believable. Yeah. Like, but I mean, come on, dude. All of them were just like LSD, weed, like, you know, anything else. Like,
yeah.
Like,
very much LSD enthusiasts, for sure.